Hi gents, apologies for being slightly late today with the video. Just as you can imagine, there's plenty of stuff going on with the 6th years and developments and all the rest, so we're just dealing with that earlier on the day. Anyway, let's get into it here. We have got the equation of the circle when given a center of h and k. So let me just do this thing here. So if you've got h and k as your center, and if you've the radiusor, then the circumference, or the the equation of the line is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We've already had that, and you've done a little bit of homework there based on being given the center and the radius. What we're going to do is we'll turn our attention to book 4, so getting a specific question here. We'll look at page 131, and I'm going to do question 30 for you here. And then I'll ask you to do 31 if that's okay. It says find the equation of the circle, which has a center of 1, 3, and it says that 3x plus 4y plus 10 equals 0 is a tangent. So that's the equation of a line. And it's a tangent to the circle, so it just hits the circle in one spot. Well, first of all, if this is the center, well, this is our little hk. So we already know quite a bit about this, about the equation of this line. We can say that it's going to be x, or the equation of the circle, it's x minus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared. Okay. The only thing we don't know in order to be able to complete it is we don't know what is the radius. So if we could get the radius, then we would be able to say with certainty what the equation of the line is. So we're most of the way there already, even with that. So that's why just being able to deal with the center and the radius and throw it straight in is so helpful. What we're going to do here, though, is we're just going to do a very rough diagram. We'll get the circle. We'll draw a tangent. Okay. None of this has to be perfect. I could have drawn the tangent, you know, doing that. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. What we do know is that the center is 1, 3. And we know that this is the equation of the tangent. It's 3x plus 4y plus 10 equals 0. So can you, if you pause the video, can you come up with a plan here as to how we would get the radius? Okay, hopefully you did. Well, it should strike you that this is the radius, and the radius is at right angles, and that is the shortest distance between that point and that line. So we just have to use this formula from coordinate geometry of the line that we've been dealing with, which is the distance between a point and a line. And that's given by ax, the absolute value of ax1 plus by1 plus c, all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. Let's be clear. This is our x1, y1. This is our a value, that's our b value, that's our c value. And that distance that we get, it's the shortest distance between a point and a line, which is to say the perpendicular distance between it. That's our radius in this case. So we're going to say it is the absolute value of a, which is 3, times x1, which is 1, plus b, which is 4, times y1, which is 3. In this case, none of the values that we're putting in are negative, so you do have to watch out for that in general. So this isn't the most difficult it can be, but I mean it's only a negative number, so just be aware of it. Sorry, so me talking there has put me off. A is 3, not 1, plus b, which is 4. Okay, so what are we going to get here? We're going to get the absolute value of 3, so 3 by 1, 3, plus 12 plus 10. Absolute value of that over, you should actually know this already, the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, that's just 5, but we'll do it slowly and we'll get it. So it's going to be 9 plus 16, that's 25, so root 25 is 5. So what do we end up with? The radius is equal to the absolute value, because if it's negative, you have to make it positive. You'll never have a negative radius. You wouldn't really talk about that. And if we add the top line, we get 25. There it is. And it's all over root 25. So what is that? The absolute value of 25. That just means no matter what it is, you make it positive. It's already positive, so we leave it at that. The bottom is 5. So we now get that the radius is equal to 5. With that piece of information, we now have the center, 1, 3, and we have the radius, which is 5. We can now write down the equation of the circle. It's x minus h, so that's x minus 1 squared, plus y minus k, so that's y minus 3 squared, is equal to 5 squared or 25, whichever way you want to do it. Okay, a nice sort of equation, or sorry, a nice little question there, I suppose, that gets you to use information that you know about a circle and also information from coordinate geometry of the line. So just because we're onto the circle doesn't mean that we get, unfortunately, to forget everything that we know about the line. So actually, in many ways, it's a good thing because it gets you extra time and extra questions to deal with it. So it's just more practice, really, as you go along. Okay, what I would like you to do, please, is I would like you to do page 131, question 31. So it's the one that comes after this. It's quite like it. You've really done all the questions that are before it. You should be well able for those. But if you can just do page 131, question 31, and if you have any questions, send them my way. People have been very good about dropping me a chat and stuff like that. So please continue to do so. Thanks, gents. Take care.